Fox 17 News at 11 starts right now.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Francis.
And I'm Janice Allen. First tonight, in a short address earlier, Governor Whitmer calling the state of Michigan resilient.
And the remark coming during her third State of the State. Doug Reardon was listening live, has a full recap of the governor's plans for the new year. Doug?
Yeah, and the governor struck a very optimistic view for more normal months to come, Derek and Janice, but also looked back on a very tough year in Michigan that was, anything but normal. And the address, usually over an hour, lasted only about 30 minutes tonight.
State of our state is resilient.
For a third time as governor, Gretchen Whitmer addressed the state not to the typically crowded chambers in Lansing, but in a virtual address forced by a pandemic that set the backdrop for her entire speech.
In the midst of the worst public health crisis in our lifetimes, the world saw just how tough Michiganders are.
The same week the governor and the GOP-led Michigan House released dueling COVID relief bills, Whitmer looked back at a draining 2020 while painting a rosier picture for 2021. After announcing just about 2 weeks ago that schools will offer an in-person learning option by March 1st, the governor laid out steps for returning kids to the classroom, some for the first time in almost a year.
I'm reconvening the members of the Return to School Advisory Council. By spring, this group will provide guidance to policymakers, districts, and schools about how to best promote comprehensive recovery.
And as the number of vaccinated people in Michigan rises up to 800,000 as of her speech, Whitmer compared the rollout to a locomotive, slow to start but picking up steam, with the mitten at the center.
And we were the epicenter of hope when the world watched the Pfizer vaccine roll out at Portage, Michigan. Every eligible Michigander who wants a vaccine will get one.
Whitmer also announced a new statewide listening tour, taking her to every corner of the state in 2021 and playing on her famous campaign slogan.
This year, I will launch the Fixing the Damn Road Ahead tour to focus on what unites us, improve how we talk to each other, and together, we'll fix the damn road ahead.
In a year that saw an historic flood in Midland, racial injustice protests around the state, a global pandemic and recession, and Michigan again at the center of a contentious election, the governor said now is the time to listen and work together on bipartisan legislation.
Let's make good use of this non-election year and work together. After all, we're Michiganders first.
And guys, also new tonight, the governor announced a round of $500 grants for teachers and school staff to offset any expenses they may have taken on this year. Derek, Janice.